X on the spot.
Look at this! Oh, she put up such a fight.
Nice
What
fish.
we're talking about right there, folks. Beautiful crappie.
Oh, that's a pig. That's a big bass. Oh, stuck him. There, right where he's supposed to be. Best fish of the day. Oh my goodness, crushed. Another really nice fish. Could have a salmon on here. Got him. Big fish. Oh my gosh. Look at that perch. Angler X. Honest, informative, real multi-species angling. Looks like a better one. There we go. Oh, look at that. Aha, that's what we wanted. What's up, everybody? I'm off on another ice fishing adventure. I'm gonna attempt to get onto some ice that I have never fished before. I've never fished in this water before. It's somewhat landlocked from the river unless the water's real high. But we're gonna give it a shot and see if anything lives in here. I did scout out the ice conditions. They look pretty good, so that shouldn't be too big of a concern, but as always during this time of year, we're gonna use extra caution. That looks pretty good. Not great, but good. So right here we're sitting on about 2 inches, two and a half. Well, it says it's 24 feet here. I find that a little hard to believe, but it is 24 and a half feet here. And there are fish down there at about 12 and a half feet they start. I wonder where they are. They're following it up. They don't appear to be very big marks. First fish, what do we got? And it's a little bluegill. I'm marking fish down there and getting bit on the wax worm, but if that's what we're dealing with, we may have to move on here. I think whenever you decide to explore some new water, it's a good idea, unless you're just hammering them right off the bat and they're good fish, it's a good idea to just kind of keep moving. If you find some decent fish, you can always come back to them, but I think that's what our approach is going to be today, is to just kind of map this whole thing out, just get a good idea, the lay of the land, I guess you'd say. Right up closer to shore, I'm probably 20 yards off of shore right now, and I still have 20 feet of water, so it's a pretty steep drop in here. Not that one. They're tiny bluegill. Starting to see a pattern here. A little bigger than the last one. Not much though. Drill one more hole in this area and then we'll move on down, try and find a weed edge or something. I moved quite a ways here. I'm off of the deeper water onto the weed edge, and the weeds come right up to the deep water. Now you got to be careful early season around weeds because they tend to make the ice a lot thinner over the weeds. So I went up to the weed edge, then backed off just a little ways. So the weeds are not more than maybe 5 yards from me right now. And I'm sitting in 5 feet of water. I've already marked a couple of fish. They look like decent marks. They did not bite. But we're gonna hang out here for just a minute and see if we can get one of these fish to bite. The nice thing about the weeds here and in early season is light still gets through the ice and you can fish green weeds. The weeds are still green, which means there's still lots of life in these weeds, and the fish hang out in those areas and feed on whatever else is in the weeds. So once we get snow cover and the weeds die off, they become less attractive to the fish. Well guys, I'm back on the spot I was last weekend. Tried some new stuff and didn't have much luck, but it looks like it has potential for maybe later in the season. So I'm gonna fish here for the remainder of the evening and see if I can put something together. But it wasn't that great last weekend. I'm not expecting a whole lot, but maybe they'll fire up here into the evening right before dark. So far pretty slow going. I don't have any bait on, I just have a plastic on right now. We'll see how this goes. Did put some scent on it. Plenty of fish down there. Let's see if we can get something decent. There's one. Ooh. Yeah, I got him. Must be gigantic. And he's not. So there you go. That's what's roaming around in these waters. We're gonna have to get a lot bigger than that to get me excited. There we go. This looks like a better one. There we go. That's a better one. Nice crappie. Oh, look at that. Aha, that's what we wanted. There we go, guys. Look at that crappie. Woo! Saw Mark way up higher and got my jig up there real quick, and that's what it was. Beautiful crappie. We're not keeping fish today, but if we were, that would be a keeper for sure. That's a 7-inch hole. He's probably 11-inch crappie. Go guys, nice. Let's get that guy back, see if we can get some more. It's a good sign for the evening. Not good. Not good at all. Where the big one's at? There we go. Beauty. Beauty. Here comes one hot for it. Ooh. A little better. A little better. There we go. Nothing wrong with that one. Nice gill. Need more like that one. Beautiful. Here we go. Good mark. There we go. That's a crappie. Nice crappie. Ah, yes. That was cool. He just ate that thing. Look at that. Awesome. And that's what we want right there. That's a beautiful crappie, guys. Let's get that one back in the water. And it's gone. These crappies are riding higher up in the water column, so there's not a lot of them. But if you continue to fish up higher, those fish are going to come in and hone in on that jig. Whereas if you wait for a mark to show up, you may miss fish. Since your cone angle is much smaller up shallower, there may be fish swimming around that you never see. But if you have your jig up there constantly and you're constantly jigging, any fish that may be passing through the area is going to come in and check it out, and you're going to increase your chances at these crappies that kind of hover up higher in the water column. I'm just using a plastic right now. I was using a waxy. I just have a small tungsten jig with it's a roadside minnow. It's just kind of a plastic with a twitch tail on it, but I seem to be liking it. See if we can get some more. It's coming for it. He's got it. Oh, little bluegill. Little bluegill. There we go. Better fish. Bluegill. There we go. Not a big bluegill, but it's big for what we've been catching. Go get that guy back. Okay. A crappie. Okay. Go tell Mama to come over here and get in on the action. I'll tell you what, guys, it is getting close to dark and it is not warm out here. I didn't think it was going to be a real cold day, but there's some wind blowing and the sun is not shining. And it is cold. We definitely didn't lose any ice today, so that's good. We haven't really gained much in the last week either, but the ice formation is going to be really slow, it looks like. But it will come eventually. But with the little bit of ice I have been able to get on it, fishing it's pretty tough. No reason to rush over to the Mississippi River and try and get on the ice. I think things are going to open up and start getting good on the ice here, but I think a little bit of snow on the ice would help and a little bit colder temperatures. But right now it's been tough to get on good water for fish, so we can't do a lot of moving around. We kind of just have to be satisfied with the ice we can get on, which really limits just your options for fishing. Sometimes they just fire up. They get a little more active. They start swimming around a little more right before dark, and you can pick up a couple fish, but there's certainly no guarantees that that's going to happen. But we will be here in case it does. You can hear the swans over me. They're migrating. There's still a lot of open water, so the waterfall is still hanging around. That wind just keeps getting stronger and stronger, and the fish are just not showing up, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to stick it out here. It was not an eventful day, but I appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully we'll be bringing you some better ice fishing action soon. Do not rush over here to fish. It is not happening right now, but things are changing. Winter is coming, but very slowly. Hope you guys liked the video today. Thanks for watching.